Hey folks, this is probably going to be one of the most ironic videos I ever make, given that I'm posting it on social media and it's going to be about why I think the world would be better off if we all stopped using social media. It is also in direct opposition to my personal self-interest because posting content on social media is currently my only viable way to make a living as a disabled white South African. But I'm going to tell you why I think the world and humanity in general would be better off if we lived a less interconnected life, at least as far as the digital space goes. I think that we were naive when social media first took off, and that we only saw the new and shiny positives that it offered, and we didn't see its potential for manipulation. Speaking from personal experience, growing up in South Africa, we didn't, in my teenage years, have a particularly online life. South Africa, being a third world country, is many years behind in most cultural phenomena. So I'm currently 32 years old, and online communication, at least at the mass scale, only really started to happen when I was around 16. That was even before Facebook. We had a cell phone chat app called Mixit, which was actually really popular when I was in high school, until Facebook took over and became the main form of online communication for people in my age group. But the reason I think that we should all use social media less is that it isn't what it used to be when it started. What I mean by that is that when you use any current social media app, you are not being shown what is occurring in real time in chronological order. The apps are designed to show you whatever will maximize engagement, and generally that tends to be either something really cute or something that's gonna piss you off, because both cute animal videos and videos and posts that make you angry are going to keep you engaged. And the reason why social media websites are designed to keep you engaged is for one simple reason: advertising revenue. They want you using the sites for as long as possible so that you'll have your eyes on as many adverts as you could possibly see. It's all about selling you things. And I don't know if you remember how in the early days of Facebook even, it was much more like the Wild West. You could make jokes and say inappropriate things without fear of being banned every 5 minutes. It's not like that anymore on really any mainstream social media app. The censorship algorithms are now so sensitive that you could get banned even though you meant no offense to anyone at all. I myself have caught bans for making jokes with reference to my own disability. So this is one of the reasons why I think social media has become a net negative for humankind. Another reason is that social media and the way it's designed create echo chambers. And echo chambers is, that's basically a term for when you get stuck in a space that simply affirms what you already believe, whether that's correct or incorrect. And what you have when that takes place is that people stop seeing their ideological kind of the people on the other end of the ideological spectrum, they forget that they're human, and it becomes very tribal and very animalistic. And that's a deeply hardwired instinct in humankind that we can't simply pretend doesn't exist. We like to think of ourselves as rational and logical and, oh no, I'd never do anything bad. I'm a good person. I believe in the right things. But it doesn't take much, as, for instance, the coronavirus lockdowns have shown us, for people to be pushed into thinking and doing some truly terrible things. So I guess the main point here that I'm trying to make is that it is important for people in general to make real human face-to-face connection. One of the obvious downsides that's been made quite apparent in recent years is how social media actively contributes to the increase in mental illness, particularly the transgender phenomenon, for one thing. If you go onto basically any mainstream social media app, I'm thinking of TikTok in particular, and how popular the transgender ideology has become. Most of the kids, and they are kids, who now identify as transgender don't really believe what they're saying. They're too young to know what they believe. People who identify as transgender now largely do it, at first anyway, because they think that by doing so, they will be special, and they'll stand out, and people will give them attention. And that's what social media is, an attention economy. And so what happens, at least from my perspective, is that somebody starts off claiming to be something, whether it's transgender or disabled or schizophrenic or any other popular condition at the moment. They start off claiming that, and they say it so much and have it reinforced by the people that they talk to so often that they actually start to believe it. And we are seeing the results of this contagion. I don't think we've ever seen a more publicly depressed generation in human history. Now, I've read articles where so-called experts say, oh no, it's just that this generation is more open and comfortable discussing their feelings. But I don't think it's that. I think that, in large part, social media is creating a negative feedback loop in which, when someone is depressed, they go on social media in an attempt to distract themselves. But because social media wants to keep them engaged, they, as I said earlier, show you what they think you'll be most interested in. And what do people seek out when they are depressed? Other depressed people to whom they feel that they can relate. So it goes round and round in this endless cycle. And that's why I believe we are seeing such high rates of hopelessness and suicide. So to end off, what I'm trying to tell you, I guess, is put down your phone, shut down your laptop, and go outside. For now, farewell.